p.m. tomorrow. Any toilet gamers? What? Yo, Zach looks so good, dude. Dude, okay. Gotcha, let's go. Is it free to? No way. No way. I can't believe this shit. I can't believe this shit. No way. No fucking way. Oh my God. I can't. I'm getting goosebumps, bro. Oh shit, wait. Oh my God! Holy shit! No way! It's the fucking cop flashback! Holy shit.
It's showtime!
Okay, I haven't done a non-scripted video in forever, but dude, I am way too excited to not talk about this. Legit, ever since the announcement, I've been running around my house screaming, ripping my shirt in half, and hitting my head against the wall because I'm just in disbelief. Like, I'm so fucking happy. As a Final Fantasy fan, this past month has been incredible. Final Fantasy 16 looks insane. It looks insane. And I think I've seen the trailer like 1,000 times, and honestly doubly so for everything FF7 related. Like the part when they're in the whole like fucking like the dude, that shit is so fucking sick. I get goosebumps just thinking about it. And then this past day, all of this FF7 information, oh my God, I can't take it. I mean, you guys, I've said this before. Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game I've ever played in my life, or at least top 3 for sure. Final Fantasy in general is like top 3 of my favorite franchises of all time. I like literally every game that they've ever put out. Mainline at least, with 7 being the one that's like closest to what I love the most. And while I don't care about shit like First Soldier, because dude, I don't know if any of you watched my video with Kyonin, David, one of my good friends, another huge FF7 fan. Back when the titles leaked for shit like First Soldier, we both thought it was going to be a Sephiroth game.
If the Sephiroth game, the First Soldier, I think that would be about like his younger years, growing up as the fucking product of Hojo and Lucretia, and like being treated as more of a specimen rather than a person. And then his time through the Wutai War.
That would be so sick, actually. And then finding out it was a fucking mobile battle royale was so fucking depressing. But it's looking like with Ever Crisis, which I already thought looked really cool back when they first showed it, like, what, a year ago now? It still looks incredible to me. Seeing the entire FF7 compilation done in this original, like, FF7 isometric view with the, I can't tell if they're pre-rendered. Like, in some scenes, it looks like it's a pre-rendered background. In some scenes, it doesn't. But, like, either way, man, they nailed it. Like, some of the shots of Crisis Core in this style looked insane. That the art looks great. I mean, I am all over this shit. I hope to God that we still get to see Sephiroth hit the fucking loop-de-loop. They actually showed like the beginning of that scene in the trailer. Oh my gosh, man. If he does the fucking loop-de-loop, bro, it actually top tier. And I know it's gonna be a gacha, which I would prefer if it wasn't. Like, come on, man, why is this a mobile only, bro? Square, what are you doing, man? Ever Crisis, man, put that shit on console. That shit looks great. And that Sephiroth teaser in there, I vaguely remembered some of this, but actually before I get to that, because in my reaction on stream, my friend David was like,
Oh my God, what are their names? They're from Advent Children, wasn't it that?
wait, that was fucking Kadaj? And Lozenges, what? And I bought into it. Like, I couldn't tell because, listen, I was losing it, okay? I was literally high on Final Fantasy. That's how far gone I was. That is a young Sephiroth. I don't think that is Kadaj. I don't think it was flashing between Kadaj, Laz, and Yuzu. Like, while that makes sense, you know, they're like fragments of Sephiroth or whatever. I think that's a young Sephiroth because I can't remember who it was. I believe it was Nojima penned a story on Sephiroth's like background or whatever, his backstory, because I believe Nomura said, again, this is not scripted, I'm just going off of memory, I'll find articles and put them up. but I believe Nomura said something about how he said First Soldier does have a story, but that it will be represented in Ever Crisis. I think that's what this is, because if you look at the outfit that he's in, it looks like he's wearing a soldier outfit, and his sword, the hilt is a Shinra logo. That's definitely a Shinra logo. Like, I'm thinking we're definitely gonna see some kind of, you know, backstory for Sephiroth to represent First Soldier in Ever Crisis' compilation. But either way, listen, Square, put this shit on consoles, please, bruh. This shit looks too good to be locked on my goddamn cell phone. And then there's just like, oh my god, dude. No way!
There's no fucking way.
I could not believe this. I still can't believe this shit. I never in my life thought we would see Crisis Core get a remake. While I'm a big FF7 fan, I have actually not played a lot of the compilation. Like, throughout my life, Final Fantasy VII was the only thing I had touched from FF7. Some would say that's a good thing.
I'm so sorry.
I only watched Advent Children like 6 months before the release of Part 1 to the remake. Because I was like, I should probably, you know, start looking into all this other FF7 stuff that I don't know about. And I ended up looking up playthroughs of Crisis Core, Before Crisis, Dirge of Cerberus. And as weird and bad as the compilation is, I actually like a lot of the concepts that they play with. I just think that it wasn't executed in like a great way. I think Dirge of Cerberus is the one that stands out the most with what I'm talking about here, especially with like Lucrezia and Vincent, who are amazing characters in my opinion, but are executed in a not the best way in Dirge of Cerberus.
That is chaos. And he slumbers inside you. I'm so sorry.
In Remake, it kind of feels like, and I'm talking about Part 1 here, they kind of knocked it out the park with taking all of this pre-existing compilation lore and then weaving it into Remake without feeling bloated or stupid. Like, do you guys remember the part when you're in Shinra's headquarters and one of the grunts like walks up to Cloud? He's like,
"Holy shit! It's cool, bro. We went through training together. Damn. So you're still alive and kicking, huh? Some of the guys heard you got smoked, but I told them it was all bullshit. Hey, sit tight, man. I'm gonna go get Kunsel. I'll be right back."
Kunsel is from Crisis Core. I believe he like sends you like emails or something, like to Zack. That's fucking that's a really cool way to tie in to those other games. Or like when Hojo brings up G-type cells. There's a cutscene where he specifically talks about G-type cells, which is Genesis from Crisis Core. And this is all like very natural to me. It feels very natural to ingrain all that stuff that way. Or even when you're in the, what is it? The underground of Shinra? It's not deep ground, but like, I guess close to deep ground. You're playing as Tifa and Barrett, and then I think Cloud comes in later. There's like all these like fucked up soldiers. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, there's all these like fucked up like Shinra experimented soldiers, and their wings are on the same side as Genesis wings, not Sephiroth's, which makes me believe that these guys were, you know, failed experiment. I think they're actually called failed experiments now that I think about it, of the G-type cells, which is crazy. That's a really cool way to handle it. And leading back into, you know, Crisis Core, the reunion, okay? Reunion, bro! Yes! Dude! Let's fuck! Oh my god! We've got all this naming shit that they're doing now, which I think is so cool. Listen, call me a 10-year-old edgy fucking idiot. I don't give a fuck, okay? This shit is sick. You got Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now we have Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. And I did believe that we would get some kind of like something in the series, but Reunion I thought would be one of the mainline ones. But no, this is going to Crisis Core. I do want to quickly say, because on the press release for Square Enix, they state that this is a remaster. Even though, to be honest, it looks like a remake using the same animations of Crisis Core. It looks a lot to me like Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which I don't think they ever stated as a remake, but it uses the same animations from the original Xenoblade Chronicles with updated models, music, overworld, like visually, and like, you know, assets, all that kind of stuff. That's what this looks like to me, which you know, I'm not going to argue this point because it doesn't really matter for what I'm trying to get to. But to me, that constitutes as a remake. I feel like they're changing so much of it. It's not like taking the original game and then upscaling it to 4K. This is like a lot more work into it, even though the combat looks very similar, but a lot more smoothed out. Anyway, the point I'm trying to get to, this is why I script my content. I ramble way too fucking much. There is no way that this game doesn't end at the same point that you see Zack in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Mark my fucking words, bro. Why would they add reunion to the title and then in the it's a remaster, it's a remaster. I'm pretty sure they're doing the same thing with FF7 Remake, like, oh, we're, you know, it's the original game, which, to be honest, FF7 Remake is the original game for 95% of it, which, listen, I'm down for. I love all that crazy shit that they're doing. That's definitely what's going to happen with Crisis Core. We're definitely going to see Zack survive at the end of this game. I mean, look at the, like, yes, this cutscene is definitely the original from Crisis Core, but upscaled through AI. But look at his sword. That is not the same Buster Sword. That's the Buster Sword in Remake. So, like, dude, I'm telling you, he's going to survive at the end of this. It's going to end at the same point that Remake did. And maybe, because, and I want to bring this up too, because I saw a lot of people like, oh, well, this doesn't look like it's being developed by that team. It's just going to be like a simple remaster. Nah, man. Look at stuff like, I believe Nomura put out, I don't know, he put like developer comments or something talking about how he's overseeing, like, creatively all of these different projects. And you look at stuff like Melody of Memory, which that game basically has zero story progression, but then and it uses a bunch of old assets. But then at the end of the game, they made an entire cutscene to connect Melody of Memory to KH4. Okay, if they're willing to do that for a game as, I'm assuming, low budget as Melody of Memory, dude, for Crisis Core, they are 1,000,000% going to make some crazy cutscene to go, probably to follow up after Intergrade's ending, when Zack walks into the church and he's like, and you don't know if Aerith is there or if she's dead. I think she's dead, if I'm being honest. I wonder if, because Crisis Core got remade, obviously that was the most popular compilation project, right? I wonder if they'd be willing to remake the other parts of the compilation as well. Like, what if they turned Advent Children into a video game? What if they turned Before Crisis into, like, not a mobile game and it's like an actual, like, fucking video game? Or Dirge of Cerberus gets a remake. Bro, I've been saying for years, something that more companies should do is, instead of just remaking the good games, remake the bad ones as well. Call me crazy, but I think Dirge of Cerberus, with the writing team that they have now, could fix so much of the narrative while also making the gameplay not dog shit, like actually good, you know? Like, brother, Rebirth, holy can you imagine? Vincent is gonna play so cool in Rebirth, bro. Vincent, Sid, fucking, what the hell is Kate Sid gonna, I don't know, dude. But on top of that, what is one character that Crisis Core introduces who is extremely, like, controversial? It's Genesis, all right? It's motherfucking Gact, boys. Now, one of the first things that I was saying to, you know what? Let me just show you guys my fucking reaction first. Oh, what's it gonna be called?
Yeah.
Rebirth!
I will fucking enjoy it.
Holy Rebirth, bro. Rebirth. That shit is red. And my brain, as soon as I ended my stream, I was still talking to David. My brain immediately went to, oh, they're gonna make Genesis the final boss, aren't they? But I had another realization. Okay, I don't know where the fuck they're going with this, okay? And I say that in a good way. All right, listen, bro, I was reading some people who were like, what the fuck? Sephiroth's in your party now? That is just amazing to me. If I'm being real, that is amazing to me. Because it shows how many people haven't played FF7 and they're like losing their minds, positively or negatively. I think it's so fucking awesome to just see this kind of reaction. Is great. Like, obviously this is the calm flashback, which I'm hoping is a playable Sephiroth. Like, dude, ideally I want to start 7 Remake. It's fading in, and what is the first thing you see? You see Sephiroth talking to Cloud in the back of that fucking truck or whatever the fuck it was, and you're gonna start the game. as Sephiroth because Sephiroth is OP as fuck. One of my favorite things about the original FF7 is how when you're fighting that green dragon, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. This is like using gameplay mechanics to tell the player something narratively, right? Cloud hits this dragon, does 2 damage. Sephiroth hits this dragon, 1 shot. I think definitely they're gonna use that scene as a tutorial for players. Sephiroth will be who you control because Sephiroth will have, you know, the whole fucking arsenal and oh my god, dude, just thinking about it gets me fucking wet, dude. Back to Rebirth, I had a realization talking to one of my friends, Z's. Something I listen to a lot of video game soundtracks, and one of my favorite soundtracks of all time is the remakes orchestral arrangements of the original FF7. Now, One Winged Angel in remake is titled One Winged Angel Rebirth. Okay? Now, when I realized that, my fucking brain went turbo mode. I was like, holy shit. I think I understand the title of Rebirth for part 2. Now, let me break this down, okay? All this time, I have believed that part 2 will end. It'd be like, okay, Aerith, you know, sword goes through her body, cut to black, credits roll, that's the end of the game. I have believed that for so long now, ever since I beat the original remake. Now I don't think so. Now I'm starting to believe with FF7R Part 1, remake is clearly Sephiroth beginning to remake the timeline. I think this re-shit is directly correlated to how Sephiroth handles things. Part 2 is gonna be Depression the game. Oh my god, dude, it's gonna cover so much more than I originally thought. Because here's the thing, Rebirth, what happens at the end of, what the fuck is that place called? The Northern Crater. Cloud gives the black materia to Sephiroth and he's rebirthed. Bro, the end of part 2 is gonna be insanely depressing. Cloud will be completely mentally anguished, but part 2 definitely is gonna end with Sephiroth gaining full power. You know, I intended to do this video as like me talking about how excited I am, and then I just went on a fucking tangent about like I'm a fucking lunatic, bro. I'm actually insane in the head right now. Jesus Christ. Someone's gotta cool my head right now. This is Future Pinoy coming in. I recorded this about an hour after the announcement, and now that I'm listening back to what I'm saying, it's hard for me to determine what Rebirth actually means. I think Crisis Core getting a souped up remaster, as confirmed by the Japanese website for the game, thanks to Audrey for the translation. Once again, Square wants you to know what's gonna happen in that game, making it hella important because, like I said earlier, the ending will 100% tie into the remake's continuity. So, I don't know, man. Maybe the red really does mean Genesis's rebirth. It's hard to say. Maybe it's like a dual meaning, since the trailer, at least to me, alludes that there's going to be playable Zack portions of the game, and he'll deal with Genesis's rebirth, while Cloud deals with the rebirth of Sephiroth's full power. Okay, back to my crazy rambling. I think one of the coolest things with this rebirth trailer, the first time I saw this, I was like, this is the most Kingdom Hearts shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. What is fact and what is fiction? This is the most Kingdom Hearts shit I've ever seen. But now, after seeing it, paying attention to the dialogue that's being said here.
Wait, what are you implying? That I died? That I'm some kind of imposter?
It's like everything that they're saying, like what Tifa says, wait, what are you implying? That I died? That whole thing, they're talking in that room in calm about what happened. And Cloud is downing everybody. It's like Cloud is an unreliable narrator. What is fact and what is fiction? I think they're gonna really lean heavily into that aspect of Cloud, because that really is Cloud's perspective. It's funny because the first time I read this, I'm like, oh, this is some Kingdom Hearts shit, but then now I'm like, no, not necessarily. This is pretty accurate to how it was in the original game. And then there's the matter of like, are you gonna be able to import your saves into Rebirth? Like, because I know typically whenever that happens, it's like, oh, you get a potion, right? But I feel like there's an opportunity there to do something super, super cool, where like, let's say during the intro of the game, you know, after the flashback or whatever, you leave Calm, and you go into, because you know how you run into Yuffie in one of those random things? I should say the Yuffie's definitely gonna be a part of like the main story. There's no way that's not gonna happen. But your imported save, you're gonna have all the weapons and upgrades and materia and all that kind of stuff. And then Yuffie just comes in and yoinks all of your materia. And then when you check your actual game menu, you don't have any materia. You lost all of it. I think that would actually be both tilting and like amazing, because it would give you a reason to be like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? But then it also, and motivate you to get back at her. It also works if you don't import a save, because you could very easily just have that play out as like, oh, she took materia from the party, and there could just be like a base set of materia. You know what I'm saying? Like there'd only be a change to the kind of materia that the party is holding on to based on if you played Remake Part 1 or not. Anyway, I'm just really fucking happy. FF16 is gonna be fucking sick. I cannot wait to play Ever Crisis, Crisis Core, and Rebirth. Oh my god, bro. And I'm pretty sure FF14 is probably gonna be getting expansion sometime in the next 2 years as well. I gotta catch up on that. What a good fucking time to be a Final Fantasy fan. Okay, I have to cut myself off because I sound like a goddamn lunatic. Anyway, I have been working on normal content, actual content, not just me fucking losing my shit. I'm working on a Kingdom Hearts video right now. I'm planning to get that out in the next month. Shin Megami Tensei 5 review is still currently being worked on. Right now, I'm planning to release it on the 1 year anniversary of the game. But yeah, if you have been missing me, I've been streaming on Twitch 2 times a week. All the VODs go up on my second channel, Pinoy 2. I also have a Clips channel now where I'm just... Here, man, take this. Handmade choke... Kenji, I'm ready for my walk. Kenji, I'm waiting. Hello? I'm sorry. Really, I am. If you'd like to help me get videos out faster, I do have a Patreon. All of the money goes towards paying editors to get videos out faster. Special thanks to all of you guys for supporting me, with a special shout out to Alex. Even though you make fun of me all the time, it's a pleasure talking to you, and I look forward to the next time we can actually play something together. You could also follow me on Twitter for my thoughts on other games, join my Discord community, everything's down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, leave a dislike if you didn't. God bless you all, and I will see you next time.
Rebirth!